Hello everybody, my name's Corey. If you're new here, thanks for joining the channel. Today you're gonna see some footage from a couple months ago. I'm trying to get caught up on all the editing now that my car's done, and we'll get the editing done and videos posted, but I did not film an intro for this, and it's just kind of all over the place. It took place over about a week, so forgive me for the randomness, but if you guys do enjoy this video, please go down below, drop a like, also hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get on into this. Today we are working on the Lt1 that is going in the car that you are currently sitting on. So we are doing head gaskets. We've done the oil pan gasket off camera. We also prepped the new K-member. The only thing that I have left to do on that K-member is take the old brake line off of the old K-member, put them on the new K-member, and route it that way. And get a new steering rack for it. But you can see that back in the back right there, the K-member. But today we're working on this. So this weekend I did this side. Well, I didn't. Oh, yes I did. Me and my cousin and my friends and my brother-in-law did this side this weekend. This is handiwork of my cousin. I was not gonna do head gaskets, but we decided to do them this week. While the engine's out, go ahead and have the head gaskets done, because we would have felt, you know, I personally would have been upset with how the if I had put the motor in the car and there had been an issue with the head gasket, and I would have had to have tried to do it while it's in the Camaro. That's not happening. So today we're going to work on this side. I decided to replace all the gaskets. Valve cover gaskets to go on after I finish the head gasket. We're not going to worry about the lashing in this video. I'll come back and I'll show you guys how to do lashing on the engine, because I'm still relatively new to it myself, on how to do the lashing for the valve and the rocker arms. So anyway, bear with me. I'm going to get this valve cover off, and I'm going to grab my tools, and we're going to take this head off. This one I'm not going to polish it, but I'm going to get all the old gasket off and make sure it's smooth to the touch going around my hand. And so yeah, so when I get the head off, we'll come back, we'll inspect it and see if there was any head gasket issues, which I don't think there is, because we've already drained the oil and done the oil pan stuff, and they look good. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take that off, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that the head's off, let me see. Yeah, it's just oil, so anything to be super. It's just from where we had the engine upside down, but no obvious head gasket issues here. So I mean, I really didn't need to change the head gaskets. I was told that they were fine, that they didn't really have any issues. But again, just peace of mind to change this out. I did do a comparison between the Felpro head gasket and this one, and they're the exact same. So yeah, so now we're gonna get this cleaned up a bit. Here's the head. Like I said, I think the oil is just from where it was sitting on the where it was upside down, and whatever oil was left kind of drained upwards. We have the spark plugs out because we are gonna go ahead, we'll clean this up. I'm gonna take some brake cleaner and I'm gonna polish the best I can. Yeah, so let's do the fingernail test. Let's see. honestly, side's a little bit worse than the other side was. But still, my fingernail doesn't really catch. I mean, still got nice boring inside of them. And yeah, I mean, motor is looking pretty solid, guys. So let's go on. Let's continue with the head gasket repair. Let's just continue to replace the head gasket as typical. And yeah, then we'll get back to you. I'm gonna have it point in there. All right, well, it's like 4 hours later. Had to make a run to an auto parts store. Then I ended up at Hawks Motorsports. Shout out to them for all the help they're going through, or all the help they're giving me as I go through this process. I needed more brake cleaner. I ran out of brake clean, but see if I can bring this over here. The surface is as smooth as a baby's bottom. Now, well, maybe need to go back over here, right here, but all around here is smooth. I've been assured by a guy who builds engines as a profession that it is okay. He's like, it's preferred that you get the block machined and everything, but if you're just doing a head gasket, if you see like the shadow from, like, you know, the outline from the old head gasket still on there, it's hard because it's a stain, and you'd have to get Scotch-Brite, I think I explained it earlier, and get that really shiny, but you're running the risk of getting metal in between the piston rings and the cylinder walls and scratching up your cylinder walls. So I mean, you're still running the risk of doing that by doing this, but have a shop vac ready. But now we are going to take the new gasket right here. It is a Felpro 9966 part number for the Lt1 head gasket. As a stock, as a stock replacement. Once it gets to like aftermarket heads, they recommend their own. So they recommend like another Felpro part number just to keep compression up, right? But because this is a completely stock 95 Lt1, we go ahead and we get the Felpro 9966 part number. Funny story, when I went and got it, they said they had 2 of them in stock, but they really only had 1. But instead of explaining to me that they had 1, they sent me home sent my friend home, because he was doing the running around and he didn't know better. Sent my friend home with a Saturn IV head gasket. It was not the same thing. So anyway, that's why I don't trust people at part stores. So we're gonna put this on, that in there, and make sure. Let me go back over my finger. Before I do that, we do have one thing that I need to work on real quick. before I got distracted, we were about to put the head gasket on. So you're gonna take it, and each side is, well, this side's marked, and this side says up, right there. And so we are gonna put it just like this on the dowel pins. We've gotta line up all the holes and everything. So that's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. And boop. And boom. Now the head gasket is on. I want to do one more thing of vacuuming because I just did a little extra. And everything should be perfect. Maybe some brake clean in here. Brake cleaner in here. You want to do this before you put the head gasket. Mess up the head gasket taking it back off, but yes. Set this one right here. You know, it's just to kind of clean the bores up, because you really don't want to get any metal, anything in the bores, or any little shaving or anything like that in these bores here. And use something other than napkin, but this is all I had. I have a napkin, so just want to make sure put that around there. Right here. And it's quick dissipating, so now we put it back on. And we are ready to put the head on. You want to make sure everything is lined up. So once you get the gasket on, once you get this gasket on, I want to make sure all of the holes are lined up. But I'm not here for a tutorial, but as you see, all the holes are lined up and you are ready to go. I'm going to clean my push rods and before I put them back in, because you want to make sure the inside of them is not clogged up with old oil, which some of these are clogged up. So yeah, let's do that, and then it's time to torque the head back down. All right, so once you get this all the bolts in and tightened, do not torque, tighten them down to, you know, before, you just don't want to torque them down. Make sure you tighten them down. It does not matter how you tighten them down. When it does matter is when you're about to torque. So there's this layout of a Chevy small block head. It's pretty similar for everyone. All of them need to be torqued. There's a bolt that's 1, 2, then you go to bolt 3, so on and so forth, which ones need to be done. I think the torque specs are 25 pounds the first time around. Let's see. So it's 25 pounds. You want to go. $25, $45, $65. That's what you want to do. $25, $45, $65 in different orders. So I'll put that in the up on the screen, the picture of the head. Now I'm gonna torque everything down and we're gonna be good to go. So it's approximately like 900 days later. Finally got the head and everything done. No, seriously, it's about a week since the last clip that you saw. I'm very ADHD, so my ADHDness messed up on the torquing sequence the first time, so I had to go order a new head gasket and put everything back on. Now that it's on, everything is torqued down. Still even using the torque wrench, but I'm adjusting the lash, and I'm getting everything. I'm about to get everything to 0 lash on the over here, and then I'm gonna adjust everything to the new lash. And yeah, so I hope you guys actually enjoyed the video. It's just me messing around out here. We're getting closer to the Camaro being ready to be put back together. I have all the parts. I'm hoping this weekend. It is March 24th. I'm hoping this weekend. Today I'm gonna get the engine, everything put onto the engine. The intake is coming back from the machine shop. I've got to paint it. I got to paint the engine, and then we're gonna put everything onto the engine. I even have a new coolant crossover pipe. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. And then we're going to do that. And I've got a new steering rack. I've got to put on the new K-member, and I've got to switch the brake lines over from the old K-member to the new K-member. It's newer to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys would, go down below, subscribe, like the video, but mainly subscribe. I'd love to see you guys back here as I struggle through learning about car stuff. And if you're struggling to learn about car stuff, then we can struggle together. And as I learn stuff, I'll share information with you. Again, I will attach the torquing pattern down below, and then you just for the Chevy small block. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.